Hey everyone! So, I might look a little different. I dyed my hair! It's now pink and purple in my hair. She's a little bit of a mess today. Okay, it's been a couple days. Maybe 5 days since I last washed my hair. I was meant to wash it today, but I had to go uni, okay? That's where I just came back from. So I'm gonna wash it tomorrow, and it's gonna look really nice, but I don't think you guys are gonna be able to see it, so... You're just gonna have to take my word for it. Unfortunately, one thing that isn't different, my braces, they are still on my teeth. Which is fine, you know, no rush, you know, whatever it takes to have a perfect smile. Even though they're getting to be a little yellow. But who cares? I also quickly want to say I'm so sorry for not doing more face-to-face videos. I literally said in like my little update video that no one watched, except for me. I watched it. I said that I was going to do more face-to-face videos and I didn't. To be fair, that was right before my second semester of uni started, so I didn't have any time. I'm sorry. I did record like my last week of uni. I did record that and like the emotional journey I had to go through, but I decided to delete it because I got bored of it and I was like, this video is boring and it's way too long. I deleted it. So yeah, no one's ever seen that. But let me get to the reason. Let me get to the point here. Let me get straight to the point, yeah? Why I'm here, sat in front of you, and why the title is called Avengers Doomsday. Not to clickbait anyone. I didn't mean to clickbait anyone, I swear.
I swear!
But no, this isn't a trailer for the movie. This isn't anything. This is just me wanting something / someone to talk to about this movie. And I don't know, I just wanted to talk about my thoughts and feelings on the movie that has yet to come out, that I don't really have high hopes for, if I'm being honest. But it's fine, who cares? Let me just get into it, yeah? Okay, my biggest issue, and I feel like a lot of people's biggest issue with this movie, there's too many fucking people, okay? Okay, let me break this down for you, okay? We have the Avengers, Sam, Captain America's team. Then we have the new Avengers, right? / the Thunderbolts, or the Avengers with a Z or Z, because I'm in England. And we had the Fantastic Four and then X-Men. Okay, on the surface doesn't sound like much. Infinity War, we had way more than that, right? But here's the issue. Let's fully deep dive break it down. The Avengers, okay, Sam's team, we're just gonna call that the Avengers, okay? We have not seen that team. We don't even know if it exists. The only reason why we do know it exists is because Sam, at the end, in the end credits of Thunderbolts, had sued the Thunderbolts. I'm just gonna call them Thunderbolts. I'm not calling them the new Avengers. That's way too confusing. They're called the Thunderbolts. Okay, Yelena and Bucky's team. They are the Thunderbolts. Sorry about that. But at the end of the movie, Sam had sued the Thunderbolts team for using the name Avengers. That's the only reason why we know that Sam has his own Avengers team. And also at the end of Captain America Brave New World, the president asked him, let's make an Avengers team, and he's like, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
Nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
I don't know, I only watched the movie once. I'm a big fan. Yeah, we haven't seen this actual team. We don't even know who's gonna be in it. We can theorize. Obviously, Captain America. Okay, then we have Joaquin, so Falcon, Shang-Chi. I think that's it. Maybe Thor. Oh my god, that seems impossible. Thor doesn't know. He doesn't know Sam. We've never seen Thor and Sam have an interaction. They've never talked, I don't think. Okay, so that's issue number 1 with the first team. We haven't seen this team. We haven't seen a movie of them. We haven't seen anything. We don't know who's in the team. Okay, I love you, Sam. I am team Sam / Captain America in the divorce with Bucky, okay? Sam, I am your ride or die, but what the fuck? What's going on? And now the issue with Thunderbolts. There is no issue. They're really cool. I love them. Why the fuck did they have to... Sorry, let me calm down. I hate John Walker. I hate him. I hate his character. I despise the people that like him and think he's, oh my god, he's so relatable, oh my god, he's the best written character. No, he fucking isn't. He is not the best written character. In what world? His story is so basic, okay? It's, what is it? White straight man, goes to war. has PTSD, gets given a high position. He's like, yippee! He fucks up the position due to PTSD and extreme emotional distress. Then basically becomes a waste man. No one likes him, wife leaves him, kid leaves him. He ain't got nothing. How is that the best friend character? I'm sorry, I just hate him. He is just the embodiment of white men, specifically men, to me. And I just, I fuck them. Anyway, so the Thunderbolts, I don't really have an issue with them. We had such a good movie with them. But one movie. Okay, now the next team. Fantastic Four. Oh, I love the movie. It was so good. Can we talk about how freaky it is? Like, scary freaky. That Sue fucking died and then her son brought her back to life. Spoiler alert. Because I'm sorry, if I'm in Pedro or like Reed's position, in my mind, I'd be like, that's not my wife. That's someone else. Like, I would have like extreme, like, what's it called? Like, imposter syndrome? But with someone else. Is that, I don't know. That shit would freak me out. She fucking died. Oh my god, I cried like a baby. I was sobbing in the theater. Guys, I love Sue. She's like top 3 character for me. It's Loki, Sue. And the third one is like all the other Marvel characters because I can't pick. I love them all. Fantastic Four. Again, I don't really think there's an issue with them. Except for the fact that in a whole different ass fucking dimension. And they didn't exactly explain how they got into, I think it's Earth 616. At least it's supposed to be. But then some people were saying it's Earth 199999. I don't know. But they haven't explained how the Fantastic Four have come to, let's just say, our dimension, like the story's dimension. They haven't explained that. Like, they could explain it in the movie, but it's like, I don't know. I don't know. And then the X-Men. Again, whole different dimension. How the fuck are the X-Men gonna be involved in this? Obviously, I feel like that's gonna be in the movie. That's gonna be explained in the movie. But it just feels so random. Like, it feels like they have ye old faith. They don't have any faith in this movie. They brought back RDJ for this movie. Unless that was part of their plan. Which, that's a whole different theory. That's a whole different thing. That's something else. They brought back RDJ for Doctor Doom. They have such little faith in this movie that they're bringing back like 5, 6, 7. I'm sorry, but they've brought back like a lot of very, very like OG Marvel actors for this movie. It's, I don't know, like, it's a bit suspicious, confusing, because again, we haven't really had much lead up with the X-Men. Like, we've had Deadpool, Wolverine, sure, but again, they haven't even been in the original timeline yet. We also have the end credits of the Marvels, where we see Beast and Monica Rambeau's mum, right? But that's, and we also saw Dr. X, what the fuck, Professor X in Multiverse of Madness. But there's no like actual lead up to them being in the movie. Like, they're just gonna pop up like, hey guys, we're here, and it's gonna be like an applause sound effect, like a fucking sitcom. Like, it doesn't make sense. Again, it'll probably make sense in the movie, but like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it just, like, it feels very much like, and our special guests, you know, like it's a fucking Saturday night, like, I don't know. There's just no connectivity between these characters as well, which, you know, which is fine. That's just an observation. It's not really a complaint, because Avengers Infinity War, I want to make it clear, Avengers Infinity War did a really good job of having these stories separate but still connected, and then everything like fully connecting in Avengers Infinity War. Like, the introductions were so good, like the meeting between Iron Man, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and then the Guardians of the Galaxies. I feel like it was perfect. They did an amazing job with that. And then Wakanda with the other Avengers. But then again, there was a connection between them before Infinity War, because Steve had asked them for help to help out Bucky, who was framed in killing T'Challa's dad, who then T'Challa felt bad for trying to kill Bucky for the entire movie, and so he was like, yeah, sure, I'll help you guys. We had that connectivity. But obviously Iron Man and the Guardians of the Galaxies, we didn't have that connectivity, and they still did a really good introduction between them two. But I don't know, I feel like with this movie, Avengers Doomsday, there's gonna be way too many introductions, way too much like, who are you? Wait, no, who are you? Like, it's not gonna work out. It might work out, but I feel like it's just gonna be too much. Or what they could do is be like, coincidence, they end up together and they don't really ask questions. They're just like, are you on our team? Okay, let's fucking save the multiverse then. You know, like, that's the only way this could work, because introductions, it's gonna be way too long. And the Avengers team, oh, I'm still annoyed at that. Like, whatever. I've talked about that point way too long. So I'm just gonna move on, because I could talk about that point alone for another 10 minutes. Another issue I have with the movie, the fandom sucks. Oh my god. Okay, so the predominant fan base of Marvel has kind of always been incelly men. Men who are incels, okay, like, I'm sorry, but like, I mean, like, not even like incels, just men, or like people who are just in it for the action, right? Which is fair enough. Like, it's a comic book, you're gonna want action, but it is also a book, so you should be there for the story. And there has been so much hate on Marvel recently, purely because inclusion, diversity, right? Calling Marvel woke. For what reason? For having a woman of color being the main character. And who's the woman of color is fucking Miss Marvel. Oh my god, I love that show so much. Anytime, if I ever see anyone hate on Miss Marvel, immediately I'm like, okay, you're racist and misogynistic. Because that show was so good. It's for kids. The main character is 14. Okay, so obviously it's not going to be for your grown 28-year-old ass. Okay, it's going to be more of a pleasant watch for a fellow 14-year-old. I was 17, 18 when it came out, and it's still yeah, the show felt kiddish to me, but that makes sense because the main character is 14. This ain't Euphoria, bro. But I really liked the show. I think, yeah, it was corny, but it was low-key educational. Like, it had like a whole educational segment about I don't even remember what it was, but that's my bad. And that show got so much hate. For what reason? People hating on her superpowers being changed, that's valid. That is so valid. I have nothing to say on that, because any complaints about that is valid. But for the general like show and why it exists, you're not valid. You're a piece of shit. Get out of my face. And with this new movie, you know, like, any kind of quote unquote wokeness, fandom, they're gonna complain so much about it. Like, it could be the smallest thing, like, because honestly, one thing I will praise this movie for is there's a lot of people of color and women in this movie. Still, I feel like a lot of men, a lot of white men as well. But you know what? I can't really say anything about that, because if there are no white men, half the fandom's gone. The toxic fucking incel fandom's gonna be gone. Marvel's gonna lose money, so we gotta keep the white men. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, like, it's not even like, it won't even affect the movie that much. It's just like a complaint I have about Marvel in general, because, you know, men ruin everything. So do racists, so do misogynists, so do transphobes, shall I go on, ableists. I did kind of like touch on this on my first point, but there's no connection. Okay, again, I could rant about this part for like 2 hours, okay? Post Endgame, we had so many movies leading up to Kang being the big bad villain, okay? The lead up wasn't 10 out of 10. I'll say that. Not as good as Thanos, but I feel like in the Loki show, they did an incredible job of like building up the menace that is He Who Remains. Especially Loki's reaction in season 2 in the first episode, where he was telling the council, like, this guy was horrified. Like, he was this guy's a god, by the way. He's over 1,000 years old. He's fought in wars, and he's terrified of this one man. Okay, so I felt like they did a pretty good job on building up Kang as a big bad. Unfortunately, the controversy about the actor Jonathan Majors came out, and Marvel decided to drop him and completely switch villains, which I think was their mistake. If they had stuck with Kang, recast him, no one would have complained about that. Recast him and move on, I feel like things would have been better. Still, a lot of people weren't liking the Kang lead up. I liked Kang. Yeah, Quantumania, not a lot of people liked that movie. I thought it was okay. I liked it. I thought it was an entertaining movie. I thought it was funny. Kang was overtaken by ants. I guess not everyone thought that was funny. I mean, the movie's called Ant-Man. What did you expect, to be honest? So we had lead up for Kang, and then they dropped him. And then suddenly Marvel is scrambling. Kevin Feige is scrambling to find a new villain. For some stupid reason, he doesn't decide to recast Kang, but instead it's like, yo, RDJ, I need your help. I have seen some valid theories about why they brought back RDJ, and that it's gonna be like an Iron Man variant turned Doctor Doom. But then, I don't know. I really felt like them announcing RDJ as Doctor Doom was kind of them just like rolling over and showing their belly, right? Like they were just kind of giving up. They were admitting, hey guys, we don't have any faith in how the MCU is going right now. So we're just gonna bring back a fan favorite to get people excited. Do you know how cool it would have been? Do you know, I saw this on TikTok and I 100% agree with it. That if they had not announced RDJ as Doctor Doom, him being revealed as Doctor Doom would have been an insane reveal. Like, people would have loved it. They would have been like, what? But because they had such little faith in this upcoming movie, because they decided to just, let's just get people excited, they kind of ruined it. They ruined the reveal, just like how people were complaining in Captain America Brave New World, how they revealed Red Hulk was going to be in the movie and who Red Hulk was going to be. And I think that's also a very valid complaint. Because, like, what happened to the secrecy? What happened to, like, keeping us so blind and, like, delusional of what's actually going to happen? Do you know how cool it would have been if we had no idea who Doctor Doom would have been? And like everyone making so many theories, like it could be this person, it could be that person, it could be, you know. But instead, Marvel was like, nah, gotta give up. So I'm stowing so away from my point, but yeah, my point being is that there's no build up. We've seen Doom as of, I keep spitting, so sorry, my mouth is very dry. But we've seen Doom once in the lead up, which was in the end credits of Fantastic Four. How are they going to give us his origin story, Doctor Doom's origin story of why he's doing any of this, and like making us feel anything about this character when they've done nothing to build him up? With Kang, we had his origin, we had like so much backstory, we had a lot going. He was very scary and very, very smart. Doctor Doom, all we really have are the Fantastic Four movies from 2005. That's about it. We don't really have anything else going for us. And speaking of which, the X-Men, again, there's no build up. How are they just gonna come out of nowhere? It would have been much cooler if we had an X-Men movie. That would have been sick. And like an X-Men movie, them old as fuck, God bless them, but like old as hell. And then, I don't know, just do something, build it up, you know, instead of just being like, and here are our special guests, the X-Men. And also, Shang-Chi is going to be in this movie. He's had one movie. And he was complaining. I think he like ever so slightly complained about it on Twitter. I don't know. I don't have Twitter. The actor seemingly kind of complained about only having one movie. And he is so valid for that. I'm sorry. He is valid. Because Shang-Chi, that movie was so fucking good. I loved that movie. Like, genuinely top 10 Marvel movie. God knows there's like 40 of them as well. And they didn't give him a second movie, and now he's gonna be in Avengers Doomsday. And not only him, so many others. Fantastic Four, we've gotten one movie of them. The Thunderbolts, we've gotten one movie of them. The X-Men, no recent movies of them. The actual new Avengers, nothing. We don't even know who's in the team. Once again, may I bring that up? There's no build up. There's nothing. I have nothing.
I have nothing!
But my next point. So many projects, so many movies since Avengers Endgame. And a lot of those characters are missing. Moon Knight. Better yet, where's Layla? The first Arab Marvel superhero on screen, and we don't even get to see her in a movie. Layla, my love. Okay, Wanda. Where's Wanda? I don't believe she's dead. Don't sit there lying to me telling me she's dead. She ain't dead, alright? We all saw that little red puff of smoke right before the building collapsed on her. Okay, she ain't dead. Alright? She ain't dead. I'm pretty sure Mark Ruffalo announced to be in the movie? I don't know. Editor Helen, please put it in somewhere if he is or not. But I'm pretty sure he's not. But if he is, where's She-Hulk? I don't want to hear anything. La 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 la. I don't want to hear any complaints about She-Hulk. That show was so fucking good and so funny. It's just like, if to me it felt like a vlog channel. That's what it was. It was a day in my life. The CGI was shit. Okay, but don't sit there saying it was a bad show. It was funny. It was fun. It was entertaining. And I loved when she broke the fourth wall and she was sitting with the fucking robot. Kevin? Something like that. And then she was just like sitting there talking to him. And then she was like, daddy issues, mommy issues. That was so funny. Don't piss me off. That was a good show. Don't. Okay, where's my girl She-Hulk? I want her in this movie. Argue with the wall because I don't give a shit. I would rather see She-Hulk than the Hulk. I'm sorry, the current Hulk, okay? Dr. Hulk, Professor Hulk. It's boring. Like, what is that? Like, it's still Bruce, and Bruce is so like we saw it in Endgame where they asked him to like obviously like act like the Hulk, and he was just kind of like, oh god, I hate doing this, you know? That ain't the Hulk. Give me She-Hulk. At least she'll be more like ferocious and be like, ah. Who else? I forgot to say this in the video, but all of the Eternals, like, I think they just completely scrapped the idea of the Eternals, which is so shit. But what can you do? Yeah, so they're all missing from the cast as well, which is really sad. Was Captain Marvel? Was Brie Larson announced? She had to have been. Guys, that casting list was so fucking long, and apparently the list isn't done. So maybe our favorites will be in the movie, just, you know, as a secret. Or because I was just about to say, maybe they'll be in Secret Wars. Moon Knight, I'm sorry, right? So many people love that show, including my best friend Nisha. Talking about you, girl, and me. That show was so good. So many people are saying give us season 2, and they're not bringing him in a movie. So I think him and like the other characters are going to be in Secret Wars, including Spider-Man. Why is he not in this movie? We literally, when do we get his movie? I think we get his movie in like April-ish. They said they were going to postpone the release date, I'm pretty sure. So maybe like May, April, June even. So we're going to get it before the Doomsday movie. So why isn't he in the movie? Maybe the Spider-Man movie will explain why he isn't in Doomsday, but still weird. No, because it was announced that Yelena was going to be in the Spider-Man movie. So why is she in the Spider-Man movie and not in my But now my next point. What's going on, guys? Who's fighting? Who had a fight? Okay, let me explain this for the people that don't know. So there was a guy that was supposedly either working on set or working with the crew for Avengers Doomsday, and in a podcast he explained how there were 2 Marvel actors, very well known, like up to like A-list maybe, actors that had got into an argument and a fight, and one of them refused to be in any scenes with the other. Like, they did not want to work with them, right? So if we are believing this random ass man, which I don't really believe him, I don't know, I feel like he's just lying for clout, but if we were to believe him, a lot of people are theorizing that it was RDJ and Ryan Reynolds, which I'm not gonna sit here and be like, oh, that's unrealistic, because that sounds about right. They're both very, very famous. RDJ has a bit of a past drugs and alcohol, and Ryan Reynolds has the tendency to joke about things a little bit inappropriately. So people have said that maybe he said a joke that went too far about RDJ's past, and so he was like, yeah, no, fuck this, I ain't working with this bozo. Which Ryan Reynolds hasn't even been announced to be in the movie, so I don't know about that. Maybe they're keeping it a surprise, but then again, I really don't know. Pretty sure Deadpool is going to be in Secret Wars. Not Doomsday, but I don't know. I don't know. But who do I think it was? Oh, I remember when I first heard about this, I had two people in mind. But now I'm not so sure. It makes sense why everyone's saying that it was RDJ and Ryan Reynolds, because like those two are the only ones that really make sense. Thinking maybe Pedro Pascal and someone, but like the only way to piss off Pedro, I feel like, is to like say something out of pocket, like racist or anything like discriminatory, like hella discriminatory, like that's not funny type of energy. So I really don't know. Yeah, that's like another reason why I'm like, this movie not looking too good. My next point, way too much secrecy. Okay, I know technically the movie's coming out in like a year and a couple months. We haven't got nothing. Okay, no poster, no trailer. I'm asking for too much here, I know, but like, please. I'm dying to know what happens in this movie, like how characters are gonna interact. Oh my god. My actual point is that there's too much secrecy within the actual actors, because apparently Alan Cummings, the guy who plays Nightcrawler, he stated that he has no idea who he's in a scene with. He was just put in front of a green screen to just act and pretend other people were there, which sounds really, really bad. But however, my theory is that Alan is a fucking genius. Why do I say this? I feel like he said that just so people wouldn't ask him questions about the movie. So it's like a cop out for him. So he's like, I don't know, man, I haven't seen anyone for the shoots. Right, so it's just an easy out for him. He's like, I don't know, I just acted in front of a green screen, pretending to talk to people. So I think he's being big brain. I don't think he was telling the truth. Maybe, I don't know. It's not that far-fetched for it to be the truth, however, because it does seem like something Marvel would do. But I am scared that they're keeping the actors too, like, unaware of what's going on. But in Avengers Endgame, Tom Holland was given a script for the funeral scene for Tony Stark. He thought it was a wedding, and the scene still played out pretty well. To be fair, you know, he wasn't really doing much for it anyway. But also, to add on to my theory that Alan was lying, is that Channing Tatum, oh my god guys, you have no idea how happy I am that this guy is in the movie. I love Channing Tatum, he's so funny. He's literally like, you know, like himbo, I guess, is the only way I can say. Like, he's hot, he's buff, and the characters he has usually played are a bit like aloof, which is my favorite trope. But the reason why I think Alan was lying, because someone had like done a mic interview with Channing Tatum. He was like, I think people are gonna really like this movie. And he was just kind of like talking about it, not saying any details, obviously, he's not stupid, just saying like how things are looking. He thinks that people are gonna like the movie. So maybe he's lying because he's under contract, or maybe he's saying it from his heart because he's also a Marvel fan. So maybe not, I don't know. The next issue, unfinished script. So apparently, I think they've actually wrapped shooting by now. Post Helen, please let us know if that's right or not. But apparently, while they were still filming the movie, they had not finished the script, which does not sound too good, because what do you mean they haven't finished the script? It's a bit worrying, because it's like, if they're writing the script as they're filming, and like reshoots and stuff, and then like having people review the script, like it's just a bit like messy. Like, what is the rush? They're rushing so much, and for what reason? But to be fair, supposedly, apparently, with the other Marvel movies like Infinity War and Endgame, I think, they also had not finished the script while they were filming. So it's not inherently a bad sign. But to me, it just sounds like unpreparedness. But then at the same time, the big thing a lot of Marvel fans have been complaining about is that they don't like watch the other movies before they make the movie. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna talk about this very quickly because my hatred runs deep. Michael Waldron, you useless ass fuck. This guy, right? Biggest ego in the world. This fucker messed up Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. Alright? The idiot had not watched WandaVision. Not a single thing. Okay, and the original plan for that movie was that Wanda was gonna help Doctor Strange and America, and then like kind of lean into being the villain at the end of the movie. But he was like, nah, I'm gonna do my own thing.
I'm gonna do my own thing.
I wanted to take all the glory and have her be the villain immediately. That's why it's so confusing why she's just suddenly evil, and they're just leaning on the excuse of like, oh no, the Darkhold corrupted her, that's why. Shut the fuck up, dumb ass bitch. I'm so grateful Michael Waldron was originally meant to write movies for Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars, but I'm pretty sure they fired him. Fingers crossed. I'm hoping that the reason why they haven't finished the script while they were filming was because they were like, okay, let's make sure like we have all the information we need from these other movies, right? Fingers crossed, maybe, I don't know. Another point I have about the movie is actually a good point. So if you guys don't know, Marvel Rivals, such a good fucking game. It's like Overwatch but Marvel characters, and it's a really fun game. It's free, go play it. A lot of people that play the game have not actually seen many, if not any, Marvel movies. So I feel like maybe there's like a new fandom for Marvel now because of the game, and so with a new fandom that means there's like a lot less expectation, right? Because you have like the fandom from the original timeline, right? Like from like, let's say 2008, the first Iron Man movie. Okay, if you've been a follower of Marvel since then, like you were like cognitive, like you were above the age of 12 and you've been a huge fan since 2008, then obviously you have high expectations for every movie. But if you've just come into the fandom, you've watched a couple movies and like you play Marvel Rivals, whatever, and you're like, oh, this stuff seems cool, then your expectations aren't as high and you're gonna watch Avengers Doomsday and be like, oh, this is sick. Or, you know, it might be the other side of the spectrum where you're like, what the fuck is going on? I don't understand anything. Watch all the fucking movies before you go watch the movie. It's silly. That's a mistake a lot of people did for Infinity War and Endgame. Someone I used to be friends with apparently did that. She hadn't watched any of the Marvel movies, but went to go watch Infinity War. Don't piss me off. Don't piss me off. And then she proceeded to complain about how bad the movie was. Girl, actually don't piss me off. I'm begging you, don't. Yeah, I think the final thing I'm going to talk about before I wrap up the video is the reboot. I don't know if it's official. I'm too scared to search it up, okay? But supposedly Marvel is going to reboot the MCU after Secret Wars. I feel like that fact, if it is true, is going to lessen the experience of watching these last two big Avengers movies, because, you know, we're like following the story, we're like connecting with the characters, and then after Secret Wars, boom, we're never gonna see them again. We're gonna see them again, but different interpretations, different actors, and I'm genuinely not ready for it. I have come to love so many characters, so many actors, so many like stories and tropes, and then for them to just reboot the MCU and be like, fuck all of that, we're gonna do a new thing. It, like, I'm soft-spoken now because I'm actually so sad about it. Like, I truly hope that they do not reboot. Like, I don't know, I feel like, do you know what could save the MCU truly? Is doing animated series, right? Because that's how Marvel came to be. No, not animated series, but like drawings, comics. Marvel was a comic company originally, and then they evolved into animated series, and then like actual fully produced movies. So why not, you know, dip your toes back into animated series? Like, it doesn't even have to be for children. Like, it could be like Invincible, maybe not, like a little bit less like Invincible and not so much gore, although I would love to see some Marvel characters bang, if you know what I mean. But I don't know, anything but a reboot. I think the best idea for them would be after Secret Wars, take a hiatus, take a 5 to 10 year break from making movies. I'm being dead ass. Make shows, make animated shows, make more games. Oh guys, untapped potential, Marvel. Hello. Video games, bro, you released Marvel Rivals. This game is doing better than Overwatch. Okay, the Wolverine game has been officially announced and people are so hyped for it. I can't fucking wait. The Spider-Man games are doing so well. Like, Marvel, make more games. I don't understand. Like, if they were to make, like, okay, fangirl mode, I love The Last of Us, right? Because you have a linear story, but you also have genuinely good gameplay, right? If they made that style of game with like different Marvel characters, oh my god, bro, they'd be bajillionaires. I would buy every single one, like Resident Evil style games, right? Like, you can just collect them. That would be so sick. Like story-based games with, or like, do you know what'd be insane? Like choice-based games with these Marvel characters. Oh my god, please. I feel like that'd be the funniest. With like Deadpool, right? Because he's a bit chaotic, so it would make sense him going like different approaches. Like, Marvel, please make games. Just anything but a reboot. Like, if you want to change some actors, that's fine. Don't reboot the entire timeline. That makes no sense to me. I am a bit nostalgia bound, but like, come on guys. I've been a fan for like, it's 2025. So well over 7 years now. Almost half my life, give or take. And like 7 years isn't that much time compared to some people who have been a lifetime fan. I'm so jealous of those people. It's not fair. I wish I was a lifetime fan, but whatever. Another theory I have, it's not really theories. I guess it is, I don't know. Loki and Thor, I think. Okay, this isn't a theory, this is just a hope. I think Loki is not going to be in the movie. Yes, Tom Hiddleston has been announced to be in the movie, but I don't think he's going to be playing Loki. I think he's going to be playing Thor. Why do I say this? Because originally, when Tom Hiddleston auditioned to be in the Thor movie, he auditioned for the role of Thor. There's a clip of his audition. I'm going to show it because it's so funny.
You chose this for Outland?
Yeah. So I think they're gonna pull funny because they know how big the Loki fandom is, and they're gonna be like, psych, Loki's not in this movie, it's actually Thor. It's Tom Hiddleston playing Thor. I'm sorry, that'd be so funny. I'd hope to dear God they do that. I'd be pissed. I'll be so pissed, but I'll be laughing too much to care anyway. And then it'll be even funnier because Chris Hemsworth is in the movie, so he'll probably be playing Thor. So then imagine them two meeting or being like Loki. It's stupid, but it's funny. I'd be dying in the theater. I hope to dear God that is the case. But yeah, that's all I have. I just kind of wanted to talk about, like, in my brain, the things I've been thinking about this movie. It's either gonna be really shit, or like pretty good. I'm not gonna say amazingly good. I don't think it's gonna be amazingly good. I'm sorry, I don't have much faith. But either way, if the movie's really shit or really good, I'm gonna love it. I'm genuinely gonna love this movie so much. It's gonna have Tom Hiddleston, for God's sake. I love it. I don't know if this is Loki right here. This is Loki. Like, I don't care. If Tom Hiddleston's in it, I'm gonna be happy. And not only him, but so many other people and their characters that I love so much. I'm excited. I'm so happy. This movie will not disappoint me either way. The only way they'll disappoint me is if, I don't know. There really isn't any way, because I love Marvel. I love every single movie they put out there, and it's hard to disappoint me with Marvel. There's not a single movie where I'm like, that's a really shit movie, don't ever watch it. Maybe except for The Incredible Hulk, that movie was not good. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more videos from me. And yeah, live, laugh, love. Oh, just quickly, I'm gonna say this. When the movie comes up, I'll make a review of how I felt about the movie. 110% I will.
The humans slaughter each other in droves while you bide the threat. I need to rule them before I shine.
You think yourself above them?